It's just falling apart. It's so tender. Looks so good. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Instant Vortex Plus Air Fryer Oven. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. You can see the retail box and packaging. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, you can see we have our user guide and manual walking us through important safety information. They also walk you through all the included parts and accessories, how to get everything set up. They also walk you through the control panel and all the different control options that we have. Next, you can see our settings chart, our status messages. We have our cooking instructions. So a nice chart walking us through everything we need to know from air fry to roast, to broil, to bake, to dehydrate, to reheat. Then we have our rotisserie cooking instructions. So check that out. They walk you through everything right there, and our cleaning care and storage information and warranty info. This does come with a 1-year warranty. They also have their customer service and contact information directly on the back of the user guide. Next, you can see we have all of our rotisserie options up top for our cage and our holder. Next, on the bottom, you can see we have 2 cooking trays and 1 drip tray included. And last but not least, we have the Vortex Plus itself. Let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail. So first up, you can see it from the top right here. Now you can see from the right side and the left side. Here's a look at it from the bottom. Now you can see it from the back side. You can see in the bottom corner, we have our integrated power cable coming directly out of the unit. Now you can see it from the front. Check it out. We got the Instant Vortex Plus logo and branding, our control panel right here. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up so you can see the inside. Everything looks really nice. Now let's go ahead, let's plug it in, powered on, and look at the controls. So check it out, everything's plugged in and powered on. You can see all the settings right here. Currently our status is off. On the left side, we have our temp. We can do our plus and minus buttons to adjust that. On the right side, we have our time plus and minus buttons. In the middle, we have all of our different settings we can choose. Air fry if we wanted, or roast, broil, bake. We have reheat, dehydrate, lots of options here. Then you can see, let's go ahead, let's select cancel. And then you can see we have a rotate option and we have our light. So we can turn our light on so we can see the light inside. Check that out. Plenty bright, which is great. Nice that we have that feature. Then we can turn it off as needed. And then you can see if we get it to illuminate, let's choose bake. We have the cancel and we have the start option right there. So again, we can choose bake, the temp, and if we want it set to a certain temperature, which you definitely will depending on what you're cooking. So first up, we're gonna try out the air fryer with some chickpeas. We have them drizzled in oil and seasoned with some Lowry's seasoned salt. Now let's go ahead, let's shut the door right here. Let's turn on air fry. We're gonna leave it at 390 and we want them to fry for 8 minutes. Choose start and there we go. It's starting to air fry them for us. Check that out, pretty cool. Can we turn the light on while we're watching? Sweet. All right, there we go. Everything's working great. Let's come back in 8 minutes and see how they look. So it had to preheat. We just went ahead, we left the chickpeas in that whole time. And now you can see what the display looks like, where we have our countdown and our temperature being displayed. Now we're at the halfway point. You can see 4 minutes left. Check it out. You can see how they look in there. So we just got a notification to turn our food. So we have our chickpeas in there. I'm not going to turn them or move them around due to the included tray with the grating on there, and we'll see how they turn out. All right, so they just finished. Check them out. They look great. Let's go ahead. Let's get them out of the oven. All right, so here's the close-up. Check it out. They look great. Let's really zoom in. Amazing how crispy and crunchy they are. I've already been eating a couple of them. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about them, but they taste great. What a nice, crunchy, healthy snack. So next up, we're going to go ahead and air fry some frozen chicken nuggets. No oil necessary or anything like that. So let's go ahead. Let's shut the door. Let's choose air fry. Let's adjust the temp. We want to go to 400 and let's see what our time is. 8 minutes is going to be great. So let's go ahead. Let's press start. So first thing you'll notice again when it's starting, it's going to need to preheat. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to leave our chickens in there while it's preheating. You don't have to. You can just let it get warm enough first before you put them in. But for us, this shouldn't be an issue. So that's what we're gonna do. And now let's go ahead, let's check on them after they've started air frying. All right, so now you can see there's 4 minutes left. Check out the chicken nuggets in there. You can see we got some oil and stuff bubbling and drizzling out from that back nugget. But check it out, they already look really crispy. All right, let's let them finish cooking. All right, so now you can see we finished cooking the chicken nuggets. So I did rotate them once through and we stopped it a little bit early because they look like they're already done. All right, so check them out. You can see the chicken nuggets right here out of the oven. Very crispy and very hot to the touch, especially on the inside there. But check that out, much better than you would get out of the microwave. Now it's time to bake some cookies. So you can see we've pressed the bake mode. We have our time set 11 minutes at 350. So let's go ahead, let's preheat the oven. So there you go, you can see it's gonna work on preheating the oven for us right now. And then we'll go ahead and we'll set our cookies in once it's ready. Now you can see the cookies are in the oven. All right guys, we already have a casualty here with the cooking. You can see the cookie dough has since fallen underneath the tray. I was wondering if that was gonna happen with the grating. So I should have put some foil on the tray if I wanted to use this tray, or maybe even swapped out the drip tray for this tray, and then we wouldn't have had that issue. But we're gonna let them keep cooking for another minute and we'll see how they turn out. All right, so you can see our cookies are finished right here. Check out the bottom. It's so funny. I bet that tastes really good still. So you can see our nice little Nestle Toll House cookies baked in our oven. So check them out right here from the bottom. They look so good and gooey. You can see some raw dough still. So the experiment didn't really work out great with this particular tray. So I'd highly recommend if you're gonna make cookies that you use the included drip pan instead. In case you're wondering, the cookie drip pieces taste really good. Now you can see we're cooking a rotisserie chicken right here. So I had to improvise a little bit. The smallest chicken I could find at the grocery store was slightly under 5 pounds. This is 4.9, I think it was 9.2 pounds. So we tied it around to try to keep everything in, the wings and the legs, so it wouldn't scrape. On the sides, you can see the foot scraping a little bit right there. And then the neck bone, I think on this side, scraping. But nothing that we're actually cooking is scraping, which is great. So you can see it's not hitting the bottom. So I'm actually surprised. But if you're planning on cooking a rotisserie chicken, you're gonna wanna make sure that you can find like a 3-pound one would be perfect. 4 pounds, you should be okay. But 5 pounds like we have here, this one's just a little bit too big, but I really tried to tie it tight with some twine to keep everything together while it cooks. And you can see it rotating, and it's doing a great job. So it is strong enough to rotate our 5-pound chicken basically. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let it continue to cook. So check it out, you can see the chicken's been cooking now for 15 minutes and it looks really, really good. It smells good in here too, and everything is working great so far. All right, so now it's been 45 minutes. Check it out. Our chicken is finished. We've taken the internal temperature and we're at 170 degrees. This chicken looks fantastic and it smells great. So check it out. Oh my goodness, it turned out fantastic. Oh my delicious. Check that out. Really nice rotisserie holder too. This is great. Really easy and convenient to be able to move it in and out. All right, so check this out. It's just falling apart. It's so tender. Looks so good. There you go, dinner served. Now you can see we're air frying some sweet potato fries right here in the included rotisserie basket. Everything's working great. So here's our finished fries. They turned out great. Keep in mind, if you want them crispier, you can always just cook them a little bit longer. It's up to you and what you want. But check it out, we have really nice, warm, and crispy fries from our air fryer. So now let me share with you my final thoughts after using the Instant Vortex Plus. Here's what I wanna say. Overall, I've had a great experience with it. It gives you everything you need right out of the box, a complete kit and package. And we have 7 different options we can use with this particular device. So it's very functional and practical, which I like. My favorite feature by far is the air fryer. And I'm also thankful that we have a built-in light. That's a really nice feature that you could just take for granted and not even realize if you bought one that it doesn't have. So it's great to see that they do have a light for us. And lastly, I really like the rotisserie option. That is too cool. So count me impressed. Now, what do I want to see improve with this particular product in the future? So the biggest thing for me is I regret not buying the Pro version. Again, we have the Plus here, but the Pro version gives us toasting. So for me, I like to use the air fryer and to use it as a little mini oven, and I would like to use it to replace my toaster oven, but unfortunately with this particular model, I can't do that. So I'd rather sacrifice some of the other features like Dehydrate and pick up toasting. So if you're in the market for this one and you're heavily considering it and you like to toast things, go ahead, spend a little bit more and get the Pro version. Other than that, I found the door itself to be a little bit goofy. So it's kind of loose. You can see that right there. So you can kind of pull it up too high and it won't shut. So you have to make sure it's seated properly. So I found that a little bit goofy. And lastly, for me, I like that we have multiple baking trays, but they're both the same style of tray. So if you saw earlier on as we cooked our cookies, that failed miserably because they dripped through the tray. So I wish they gave us a solid baking sheet for one of these. I know theoretically we could use the drip tray and bake on it, but it'd be nice to have one of these be solid and the other one have the hole. So that's what I'd like to see going forward. And again, I can't really dock them for the toast feature because they do have that available. It's just on their higher end model. But again, I would love to see the toast functionality on this one. But the rotisserie chicken turned out great, maybe even slightly bigger, but as this currently stands, it's already fairly big. So I would just recommend trying to find a smaller chicken if you can. Again, I think 4 pounds would be the sweet spot. We cooked basically a 5-pound one and it technically did work, but a 3 or 4 pound rotisserie chicken would be perfect for this. So overall, if you're looking for an air fryer that's multifunctional, this is definitely one you should consider. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.